Welcome to my video on how to make a pumpkin arrangement. These are the supplies that you'll need to get started. First, you need your pumpkin, and I would say get a pumpkin that's about maybe 7 to 10 inches in diameter. You don't want to get any bigger than that, or the pumpkin really overtakes the whole arrangement. A 7 to 10 inch, I believe they're called sugar pumpkins, will do just fine. And make a nice table centerpiece. You also need a knife. I used a floral knife, just a short-handled, short-bladed knife, and a spoon. Grapefruit spoons do great because they scrape a little bit better, but in class we just use a regular soup spoon. And the first thing you need to do is cut open the pumpkin and separate the lid, cut off all of the guts off the lid, and then begin to scrape out the inside of the pumpkin. This needs to be done very well, where there are no stringy insides left to the pumpkin, and the inside is really dry to the touch. Okay, let's watch my video that's time-lapsed to be able to see how I handled that. Next, the floral supplies that you need. You need floral foam, and it comes in a brick like this, and it's already got some little indentations to tell you where about 1/3 of a brick is, and that's approximately the size needed to put inside of your pumpkin. So cut your floral foam into 1/3. You'll need to soak it in water, and you just set it on top of the water and let it sink, and that fills it up with water. And then you might need to cut off edges to make it fit properly into your pumpkin. You can see in the video to follow that I cut off the corners a little bit to make it fit snug into the opening of the pumpkin. The floral supplies that I used were leatherleaf fern, some chrysanthemums, or we call these daisy palms, some mini carnations, purple statice, and solid aster. Now you could use a mixture of any of these, different colors, whatever you would like. Any of that is very appropriate for what you would need for an arrangement. And I used about 3 stems of the leatherleaf fern, and approximately 6 stems total of my main flowers, and then a stem of statice, and just a partial stem of the solid aster. It doesn't require a whole lot, and that should be fun. You can see here I'm cutting the foam to make sure that it fits properly, and you still have space to add water. And the first thing we do is green in the container. So you're just making the size of your arrangement with your greens, and it doesn't have to be leatherleaf. You could find some other kind of green, maybe on a bush outside. It doesn't have to be purchased at all. Once you get that size, then it's time to start arranging your flowers. And you always put your tallest flower in first, and then begin to sort of make the outline of the arrangement. And then I go to my next flower and begin to spread that out all around the arrangement where the colors are spread out evenly. Add in a 3rd color. And then I want to start adding in a filler. And so for this one I chose purple statice, which gives a great contrast. Spreading that around, and a little bit of solid aster just to give it a little bit of depth and different type of texture to the arrangement. Here I put my wooden pick in and add the lid to the edge of the arrangement. And it's finished. Thank you for viewing my video on how to make a pumpkin arrangement. You can see that I added the pumpkin lid here to the side, and all I did was use a small wooden pick and placed it inside underneath here and pressed it into the meat of the pumpkin, making sure not to go all the way through the lid, and then just use that just like a flower stem and stuck it into the foam on the edge of the arrangement. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope you'll try making a pumpkin arrangement next October. Have fun with flowers.